Hi there, Bruce Simpson again. Now just to follow up on the video I did last week showing the 3 incidents involving CTC at the Tokoroa Airfield. Now obviously you would expect the organisations involved to take these incidents very seriously, and as I pointed out in the video, as far as I'm aware, the local council had done nothing, and as far as I'm aware, CAA had instigated no prosecutions against a flight school that was seen to be breaking CAA regulations repeatedly and placing lives in danger. Now, I was waiting for the responses, and I got a response from only one organisation, and that was CTC. Now, remember, they're the people painted as the most evil villains in my video, and I found it very interesting how they responded to that video. I got a call from a gentleman called Michael, who's responsible for safety at CTC, and he called me the day after, or a couple of days after, and he started out the conversation by saying, "My name's Michael. First of all, I'd like to say I've seen your video and I don't expect you to take it down. I'm not going to ask you to take it down." He basically acknowledged, yes, what was on the video was what happened. And they've taken that on board. They've accepted it. They've actually taken ownership of the problem. Michael told me that the people involved in those incidents have been either reassigned or retrained. And he's told me that there are systems in place at CTC now to try and prevent any recurrence of this type of thing happening. He also invited me to go up to Hamilton, where CTC is based, and take a look at what they're doing to try and preserve safety. Take a look at their systems and the procedures they have in place. Basically, CTC have said, we take ownership of this problem. We accept we haven't done the right thing, and we're working very hard to correct it. And we want you to have a look to see that we're true to our word. Well, if I had a hat, I'd take it off to CTC. That is the most professional response you could have expected from a company in that position. They didn't just close their ears and hoped it went away. They didn't deny anything. They didn't say, it's just your opinion. They stood up and said, we own this problem. We're going to do something about it. We're going to fix it. And that's all I've ever asked from the other parties involved in what's going on here. Now, by comparison, I've heard nothing from CAA. Not a bleep, not a peep, not a word. The local council, I have spoken to the CEO of the local council, but not one thing has been said about safety. I've asked, but nothing, he hasn't replied in any way as to what they're going to do to improve the safety here. So I think it shows the difference in professionalism between some organisations and other organisations. And I'd have to say that I'm really happy with CTC's response. I think it shows they are a really good company. I think they'd really, I'm blown away actually, because I thought that is excellent. Now, if only CAA, if only the South Waikato District Council could follow the initiative of these people and do their jobs as well. I'm impressed. I'm totally impressed with CTC. As I say, it's a big thumbs up from me, and I'm happy for them to tell people that I've given them a glowing thumbs up because of the way they've handled this issue. Brilliant. Now, moving on, I've got a wealth of video evidence here showing model flyers breaking the rules, breaking the regulations, breaking the law. CAA have seen a lot of this footage. Model Flying New Zealand have seen a lot of this footage. The local district council have seen a lot of this footage. And just as with the CTC incidents, they choose to do nothing. They choose to allow this to continue to this day. Now, I've got hours and hours of this footage. As I've said, I'm partway through editing it up. It's going to take me a while to edit the rest of it up, honestly. It's a gargantuan task. But I'm a pragmatist. I'm a guy, I don't want to show this footage of people behaving like idiots and breaking the rules, the laws and the regulations. I would rather we resolved this problem, because then safety is restored. People can do what they want to do. People can fly models. People can fly full size. People can get on with positive things. I don't want to dwell on the negative. You saw on the weekend, we put up some videos of the forest flyers having a really good time, enjoying model flying, promoting the hobby, and nobody was killed, no property was damaged. It was totally safe. Those are the videos that I used to put up before I was banned from flying here. Those are the videos that I want to put up on this channel. Sharing the fun, sharing the joy of this hobby, but I'm forbidden, I'm prevented from doing it because of the actions of Model Flying New Zealand, CAA, and the South Waikato District Council. So here's what I'm proposing. As I say, I'm a pragmatist. Let's all sit down around a table and thrash this out. For a start, let's determine whether I'm unsafe, because I don't believe I am. And to be honest, CAA, if they have to admit it, they don't believe I am either, because they offered me an exemption. And you don't offer an exemption to allow someone to fly at an airfield if you don't believe they're safe and have the right attitude. And you might say, why aren't I using that exemption? Why aren't I flying if I've got an exemption? Unfortunately, CAA did give me an exemption, but it was littered with previously undisclosed restrictions that served no purpose but to pander to the demands and hurt feelings of model flying New Zealand, and that's not good enough. It's not CAA's job to pander to the political whims of a hobby organisation when issues of safety are involved. So what I want to do is sit down with all these people, get the politics out of the way, kick it to the curb, get on with the important issue of making sure that everybody is acting safely here, and that those who should be allowed to fly here are allowed to fly here. And that includes me, obviously. So my door is open, the offer is on the table. Now, CTC have dealt with this issue in a most professional way, which has impressed me immensely. Let's see if CAA, Model Flying New Zealand, and the local council are prepared to be just as professional in the way they deal with this. They can come to the table, we can sort this out, and everybody can get on with doing what they want to do. Or they can remain holed up, ignoring the problems, hoping they'll go away, denying they even exist. In which case, I'm going to go and show the world what's really going on, as I have done so far. I don't think I should have to do that. I think we should be all grown adults who can actually just deal with our problems. So there you go, that's my offer. I'm not going to leave it on the table for a long time because I want to get on with things. I'm developing some very important aviation safety technology here. Safety technology that can save lives. I would have thought that CAA of all these groups would have been right behind me saying, how can we help you develop this technology that has the potential to save lives and make the airspace safer for everybody? But no, their priority seems to be to make sure that the executive of Model Flying New Zealand aren't offended by the fact that I'm allowed to fly here without any control on their part. So there you go. Door is open, guys. Come on, man up. Let's get together. Let's sort this out. I'm sure that all the people watching this video will judge us all on where we go from here.